Hey guys, what is up? This is Silverty Robotics, and in this episode of the Introduction to Python series, we will be talking about the built-in functions in Python. So we've talked about functions, what they are, what they do, but we haven't talked about the built-in functions that are already made in Python yet. So for this episode, what you're going to want to do is open this Python console. If you don't see it there, you can click on these squares and then hover over the square, and then click on the Python console. Just wait until it's loaded in, and I've made this bigger so that you guys can see what I do. So, we're going to talk about the Boolean function first. So, what's a Boolean? A Boolean is a true or false statement, basically. But the function is where you type Boolean parentheses, and if you put a 0 in it, or none in it, it brings up false. Any other number is fine. So let's say 10 is fine. 15 is fine. Anything is fine except for 0 and none. So let's move on to the next function, which is directory, or dir. So you type dir, parentheses, and then you type, like, I don't know, hi, or anything you want, really. And then once you press enter, it shows all of the functions that you can use on that, and what you typed in it. So let's say I don't know what class means. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go down here and then type help, parentheses. And then once it opens up this, I'm going to go here and then type in the, and then press Ctrl V or paste it, and then press enter. Now it tells me what this function does and what it is, what it's made for, really. So that's it for this one. Let me just type quit. Okay. So the next one is actually evaluate or execute. So let me show you what I mean. So let's say x is equal to single quotation marks, and then say print hi or something, and then press enter. I put these outer quotation marks so Python knows what I'm doing and it doesn't get mixed up. So now I go and type eval parentheses and then x, which is the variable name. When I press enter, it says hi. The same thing happens whenever I type exec or execute for exec, which is execute for short, and then yeah, it types hi. So evaluate is more for, like, single line code, or like this. So 5 times 3, which is 15. So and execute is for, like, applications, long, big ones. So what you can use the evaluate and exec functions for if you have a Google Drive or a Word document that you put your code in. You can copy it from there and then type it in there. So there's one more that I'm gonna get to, and then the video is over. So for the final one, we're gonna convert, like, an integer to a string, and that to a float, and whatever. Yeah. So first we're going to make a variable. X is equal to 1. Let's make that. So then if I want to make, so currently it's an integer, and if I want to make it a string, I just type str or str and then the variable name, which is x. Once I press enter, it creates x into a a string. I can convert this into a float by also doing float x. Once I press enter, it's a float, and then I can change it back by typing int and then x. So what did we cover today? We covered, here, let me just show you guys. We covered what a Boolean is. A Boolean is a true or false statement, and as the function, if you type 0 or none, it brings it up false. If you type any other number, it brings up true. So what's dir? Dir is a directory, so you type dir parentheses, and inside those parentheses, you type whatever you want, really. You can create a variable and call a variable, and once you press enter, it shows you all the functions that you can use on that. So what is help? So help is a actually useful function. If you don't know what something is, you can call help, and then from there you can type the function and then figure out what it means. So what is evaluate? Evaluate is let's say you have a Word document or a Google document, and you copy and paste that into a variable. You can call a variable by using eval or execute, and it will bring up the code. But evaluate is for more single line code, and execute is for long, big applications. So string is str and then in parentheses x is a function where, let's say you have x as a variable, you can convert that integer into a string, and then float is the same thing, but you convert it into a float, and then the same thing for integer, but you convert it into an integer. That's all for today. I hope I see you in the next episode, and goodbye.